Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back. My name, of course, is DM Rhino, and we're going to do another video of a how to make a legacy character in D&D Beyond. Today, we're going to look at how to make a legacy cleric in D&D Beyond. Now, remember, if you like this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe bell, hit all the notifications, and let's begin, right? So, again, D&D Beyond, create a character. Very simple. If you have Gmail, you can go into D&D Beyond. And we go to standard. And why do we create legacy characters? Well, because some of the books and adventures are still in legacy content, which is 2014. And we just got to call this guy Leg Cleric. And we're going to pick him, right? So we're going to take off homebrewed, all rules, expanded. We click all of those off. And we're just going to have a look at 2004, right? No enabled partnered content. Everything else is pretty simple. There we go. No encumbrance. Make him public, of course. But again, these are the things that, like, especially with fixed and feats and multi-classes, again, these are things that you would speak to your DM about, kind of feats, kind of. So let's go forth and go to our class. We want a cleric. Very cool. So clerics use wisdom, wisdom, and charisma. The primary stat is wisdom. Wisdom and charisma are saving throw. That's what we look out for. We can boost him up to level 3, because most games start with a level 3. With a cleric, we definitely want religion, because he's a holy warrior, similar to a paladin, and medicine, because they heal people. Now we pick our divine dominion. What god in D&D lore do we worship? There's so many. Honestly, you can pick whichever ones strike with you in your alignment, but we're going to pick a simple one. Like, as you can see, the 2024 core rules, there are so many of them, right? There are so many just normal clerics, and then even in the expanded rules, there are so many normal ones. So which one would I pick? Well, if you're starting out, life cleric is usually the healer a lot. They heal a lot. So any god that is really lawfully good or good and likes to heal people, this is a life cleric. They actually give you different types of deities such as Shantaea, all these ones, Lathander. So these would be your gods that you could pick. And it's a really fun cleric to be. If you want to just heal your party and be the healer of your group, go for life cleric. Very cool. We get a bonus. We can wear heavy armor, of course, because we're clerics. We get life. We can heal people, divine energy, and preserve life. Okay. So now we go to our background. So remember, we need wisdom and charisma. Wisdom is our primary stat, and charisma to help us out. But we need a background first. So if we go to our background, there's a couple that would work, but I think Acolyte would be good for our cleric because they spend their life in the service of a temple of a pantheon. Yeah, so it kind of works. That would be an Acolyte, right? And if we want, we can go, let's give him the skill of history. Makes sense. In a temple, he would know lots of history. We can pick 2 other languages. For clerics, I always kind of pick Celestial because it makes sense that they would know some sort of Celestial. And maybe Abyssal or Infernal. Kind of makes sense to me, being in a temple, that they would learn these 2 things, right? Acolyte of Faith. We get to pick our characters, our personalities, of course. Let's roll our 2 d8s. Oh, not a d10. d100. Let's roll 2 d8s. It is 8 and 2. Okay, good. And then let's roll our d6s for our personalities. So 1, 2, 3, d6. Oh, 3, 3, 3, and 3. So we got the first one. It is 6, 3, and 3. So of course, you can, make up your own if you want. I'm just clicking those off. But, it's always fun to roll. Now we go to our species. Now, we look for wisdom. We could be an Asimar, which is which is like a part angel, and they get healing hand, which is really good. They get wisdom +1 and charisma +2, which is also good. And I don't think we've picked an Asimar for the legacies yet. So let's pick Asimar. If you can't pick an Asimar, that's okay. You know, any kind of species that has wisdom will do well. Even like you take your half elf, which has charisma by 2, or even your human or your tiefling, your elf or anything. Even your dragonborn would be a good choice for a cleric. But we're gonna pick Asimov. So we're gonna confirm Asimov, right? So let's good, and they get celestial resistance, so they get quite a lot of things. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to our ability scores. All right, so we did rolled last time. Let's do our standard array. Standard array. Okay, so we can already see that our wisdom is increased by 1 and charisma by 2. So we know with clerics, it's all about wisdom. So let's make our wisdom 15. That means it's 16. And we can make our charisma 14, which makes it also 16. That's great, right? Yeah. All right. So what are the others that would work? Well, let's not make him the smartest cleric in the world. I'm happy with his intelligence being 8. I would definitely make his strength, or maybe his constitution 12, his strength 13, because I want him to hit hard, and his dexterity 10. And it makes sense being 10. You can either dump intelligence or charisma for clerics, because clerics use a lot of heavy armor. So when they're doing all their dex checks anyway, they're going to have disadvantage with the heavy armor, unless they have that feat. But, you know, either or, even if we take, let's make his dex 8. I'm thinking about it now. We can make his dex 8. That works out for me. Yeah, that works out. We've got wisdom, a wisdom of 16, charisma of 16, strength of 13, constitution 12, intelligence of 10, and dexterity of 8. Yeah, he's a tanky boy. I'm happy with that. Okay. Now we could add our equipment. I'm missing proficiency in my Warhammer. Oh no. Did I not click it? Let's have a look down here. I'm sure I have Oh, no, there's no. Yeah, bonus proficiency. Wow. Okay. Just says I don't have proficiency in Warhammer. That's so strange. I just want to make sure that I clicked on everything. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, I don't have proficiency in a Warhammer. That's okay. It's not gonna be a war. I'm not worried about it. Because I'll mainly use my mace. I will have a chainmail. I will have a priest pack. I will have my amulet. I will have my emblem of my holy symbol. I'll have a prayer book. All these things, and I will add them to my character. Good. There we got to wear chainmail. Considered heavy armor. We gotta wield our mace, and we gotta wield our shield. Yeah, all good things that clerics need. Then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna view our character sheet. Let's have a look. All right, there we go. So yeah, I've got a -1 because of my dexterity, my initiative. That's fine because he's a tank. He doesn't have to move fast. He has to hit hard, and he has to heal the party. That's really good. Wisdom and charisma are 3, so that's going to give us a 16, and we've got an armor of 18 at level 3. That's really good. We've got healing hand, so I can restore 3 hit points. This does get up as you level up, and this is only for the Asimar. And we've got our spiritual weapon, of course, being a cleric, and we've got channel divinity. And you can see the why I didn't focus on dexterity for our cleric, because heavy armor we have disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks anyway. Right there, it says so in our chainmail. You can see it there. But we have to pick some spells. Being a cleric, right? So being a life cleric, we automatically get less cure wounds, lesser restoration. Actually, we got 2 because we have the legacy celestial background from our Asimar, and lesser restoration because we are a life cleric. So that sometimes it doubles up. Don't worry about that. But let's pick our spells. 3 cantrips. Light is really good. For our cleric, let's go for Spare the Dying. Really good to save someone. They don't have to make, if you stabilize them on 0 hit points, and we want him to be a healer, so Spare the Dying. Of course, Guidance, really good. Guidance is a spell. And let's pick a I think Word of Radiance. If can see in range. Must make, yeah, Word of Radiance is a suckle save or Toll of the Dead. So I actually prefer Toll of the Dead because at least, Toll of the Dead, wisdom saving throw of 13, because it does more damage if it has less hit points. So it does a d12 necrotic damage. The Toll of the Dead. Those would be the cantrips I would pick for our beginner level 3. Now, we're going to start off at 2nd level spells, of course, so we can get them, and we can pick 6 spells. What to pick? Well, Virtual Weapon is always prepared. Lesser Restoration, always prepared. I think Zone of Truth is good for a cleric, of course. We're going to prepare that. And we can pick, I think, Warding Bond, right? Yes, Warding Bond. Willing creature you touch will create a magical connection with you. While the target is in with 60 feet, it gains a +1 bonus on its AC and saving throws and has resistance to all damage. You basically share damage. And it makes sense for our cleric to be the healer and have the warding bond. So let's add that one there for him. I'm not too sure about the others because I know level 2, there seems to be more concentration and more healing, but we can also get Prayer of Healing. Not my favorite spell because it doesn't do a lot. It's equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is 3. And it has no effect on undead or constructs. So if you have a construct in your party, a warforged, you won't heal them. But it's good for level 3, so we'll pick that one. So let's pick that one. Okay, now we've got our 3 high spells. Let's go for the low spells. Now we already know we have Bless and Cure Wounds, so we don't have to worry about Bless and Cure Wounds. Let's go for Healing Word. Bonus Healing, which is always good. Anytime you get a bonus healing spell, the bonus action, that's really good. Guiding Bolt, it's a 2-hit, +5, but it does a lot of damage. 4d6 radiant damage. If you can get it to hit, good luck, because I've never had, any time I've casted Guiding Bolt, it never hits when I roll for it. Which is really fun to see clerics try and hit people with Guiding Bolt. And let's go with a good old Detect Magic. It's a ritual. I think spellcasters should at least, if your wizard doesn't want to take Detect Magic, it's always fun to have a cleric, especially have a diverse party that someone can detect magic. And that's also a ritual. There we go. Yeah, so that's our cleric spells there with our life domain. Very cool to play a cleric. Mainly healing, but we can see we chose life domain. We get discipline. We also get preserve life. And we get healing hands because we are an Asimar. And we don't have any feats. Now, if your DM does allow feats, I'm gonna do a video just purely on feats because it's fascinating to pick these. But if you want to pick a feat for your cleric, it's a good one to pick is, of course, healer, because it makes sense for a life domain to have a healing, to be a healer. Or, if you want to wear more armor and not have disadvantage, there is, I think it's heavy armor. Oh, we gotta scroll up here. Heavy armor mastery. That's the one. So you do increase your strength score by 1, but you don't get, while you're wearing heavy armor, bludgeoning and splitting damage is reduced by 3, so it's really good. And I think that's mastery, but also heavy armored. Gain proficiency in heavy armor, which is also really good if you don't have proficiency already. And we can also pick resilience is always a fun one because you choose, if you don't want that minus on your charisma or on your dex, you can increase that by 1, of course. But there's many ones you can pick for a cleric. that would work very well. Okay, so that was the Cleric. Again, my name is DM Rhino. If you like these videos, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. I make these videos just to educate people and to get people more into D&D and realize how fun it is to play this. But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers, everyone.